Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 84. I am one of your hosts, XoB Fixer, alongside my Spanish measle,
You could do it.
My Spanish meatball, Joseph. How you doing, sir?
Also known as the People's Champ. I'm doing good.
You're not the People's Champ, Joe. I keep telling you this. No one calls you the People's Champ.
Here's the thing, though. I've been going on podcasts. They go, I do a co-host podcast, and they call me the People's Champ. So obviously, word's going spreading out like wildfire that I am the People's Champ. So,
if whatever helps you sleep at night, Joe. Whatever helps you sleep at night. How you doing, buddy? You been all right?
I've been all right. How about yourself, man?
Yeah, it's been a weird week. Yeah, it's weird because we're recording this at the start of the week, which is better. So just for full transparency to everybody, we are now recording, which I think we've discussed and agreed on. We're going to record every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we will record. It will come out early for Patreon supporters, where you can go support patreon.com/mcfixer. $3 gets you the audio early. $4 gets you the video early. Plus, you can watch it live like Mr. Moody is right now and some other people in chat. But yeah, every single Tuesday. So when someone's like, you missed a bunch of news. No, we didn't. We recorded early. If something big drops that we feel like needs to be discussed, like, I don't know, Xbox 2 or just whatever, something big, I think I'll just contact Joe and we'll either do a separate video on it or we'll do a special episode, which will still be a numbered episode, but just be a special episode that you'll get completely random. But that is the plan going forward.
Yeah, I like it. It makes sense to me.
Cool. This episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by Mike Lynch and the glorious movie cast. But before all that, Joe,
yes,
what's been in your box, friend? What have you been playing?
Absolutely nothing.
Joe, that doesn't help for a podcast. No, I'm joking.
Here's the deal, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if you guys are seeing this on YouTube, you see that my room is a mess, and that's because I'm moving everything around. And the first thing that got unplugged was the Xbox, unfortunately. So I've been playing the enemy console, but it's made me realize how much I missed achievements.
Oh, interesting.
I've said this like a couple of times in the past. I don't like platinum trophies. That gives me anxiety. I like knowing like I don't like 100%ing a game, because to me that's like there's always that one achievement that's in your way, right? There's always that one achievement in your way you can't 100% it. I'm looking at you, Dead Space 1, and so when I think about it, I'll go, okay, you know what? I got 70% of this game. I got 700 points. That's good enough. When I look at it and I'm seeing this fucking trophy at the end of the road, I'm like, oh, it's like the platinum. Fuck you, man. Like, I'd rather be like, I was at 70%. Like, because of the platinum trophies in the way, I feel like it just like, I don't know, it gives me anxiety. It doesn't make sense. It just gives me anxiety.
I used to, with achievements, I used to make sure because again, my dad owned a game shop, so we used to borrow lots of games. So what we used to do is if me and my brother, because my brother used to be a huge gamer, not anymore, used to be real into achievements as well and crazy, like ridiculous. We used to have achievement battles. You could get to certain numbers the fastest, all different stuff. But what we did was we used to, I especially was like, if I haven't got 500G on the game, it's not leaving my house. So I used to, every single time I borrowed a game, I'd make sure I could get 500G at least. And if I couldn't get that, I was disappointed. So yeah, that was like, if I can get 500, okay. And there was I've never been a completionist guy. I've never been like 1000G. That's never been my thing. I've never been into trying to get everything. If I did, that was cool. But if not, I didn't put pressure on myself to do that. That's why I've always loved achievement scores. But you were saying that, the platinum, I feel like, is one of those things that if there was a platinum in achievements,
would you go for it?
I think I would. Because it's like, look what I have. None of you guys have it. I have this. With a score, it just keeps building and building and building. But those trophies, I see a guy post the other day about it was 100 platinums. I was just like, man, that guy's so cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank God we have two different perspectives on that. I wouldn't tell people about it, you know.
What have I been
That's
playing?
my inner shame. What have you been playing, man?
What have I been playing? That's a good question. I play a bit of GTA Online. Again, I'm back in that a little bit. Nothing too major, just doing missions. I want to get to level 100 to get that achievement, but it's such a grind. Such a grind. I'm level 76, I think. And I'm just grinding and doing missions with Crash and Angel Boy. And Angel, funny, today we played, and Angel Boy, literally, me and Crash died so early on in the mission. Angel Boy literally carried us through the whole mission, done the whole mission by himself. And I was like, I'll take that XP. Thank you very much.
I like it.
Apart from that, I played a little bit of FIFA, trying to get back into that. It's a weird one because everyone knows how much I love FIFA, and I do love FIFA. But because I stream a lot of the time when I play games, people don't like watching FIFA. So now FIFA's become when I'm listening to a podcast game, when I'm listening to a podcast, I play FIFA. Do you know what I mean? So I've got my dual monitors. I can do both at the same time. So yeah, that is what's been in my box this week. Let's just say that, let's give Mike Lynch ad read real quick. And he goes, my name is Mike Lynch. You can support me over on twitch.tv/Mike Lynch streams. You can subscribe to me on YouTube at Mike Lynch. He's not the ukulele player. Hell no. He is not. But go support him. He's making great content over on his channels and his streams. And I have it on good authority, because he just added me back, that he's rebought an Xbox One, which is amazing. So I cannot wait to play with.
He wasn't playing on Xbox One prior?
I think when I first met Mike, he was playing, because I remember playing with him, Alfredo. We all played the Division together. Then I think he just wasn't playing it, so I guess he got rid of it and played his PlayStation. And now he's back. He messaged me. He said, "I got Dead Rising 4. I've got Dead Rising 3." He said, funny thing, which we're probably going to talk about today, but he's like, "I got Friday the 13th. I know you've got a bit of a problem with that game, but are you considering?" I was like, "No, I'm not getting it, but we're going to get to that in a little bit." But yeah, go support your boy Mike Lynch, supporter of the show for a very long time. And it means a lot. It keeps the lights on, as I say every week. So thank you very, very, very much, Mike. Topic of the show, Joe. And this comes from a story. So I'll read the story first, which is Halo 6 won't be revealed anytime soon. Says 343. And the story this is taken from IGN, which is, it looks like Halo 6 won't be revealed anytime soon, as 343 Industries has confirmed the studios won't be discussing the next major installment in its sci-fi shooter, for some time. There's a quote here, but it doesn't really matter if we're honest. The main part of the quote I do want to take, which was posted on Halo Waypoint, which was, "No, that doesn't mean Gamescom," which I thought was quite funny. It's like, when we mean we're not talking about this game, we're not talking about this game, which has sprung on something into my mind, which is, should Xbox show games earlier? We have PlayStation, which I know, cover your ears, people, if you want to get upset. PlayStation, Death Stranded. We know that game's probably another 2 years out. Days Gone was revealed a year before that. Spider-Man year before that. Both games coming out would have been 2 years, or maybe 3 if I'm not mistaken. 2018, they're coming out. Yeah. Are we doing it wrong? Is Xbox doing it wrong? They showed Crackdown, which is this year. Yeah. They show State of Decay, which is early 2018, I believe, and the same for Sea of Thieves. Should Xbox be showing their games earlier? Are they? Because the talk of E3 was from some people. I know I had my gripes with the conference. Still a great conference. Showed a lot of games. Showed 22 exclusives, which we now know are planned exclusives. Whatever, some of them anyway. Should they take more of a Sony approach, where it's like, we're going to show you why big first party AAA games, which I know Xbox have got Halo, they've got Gears, and I've got a feeling, which there's a story that's come out that I've not put in this week's show, which is there's apparently a job opening come up for a game like Horizon Zero Dawn going on at Microsoft. Don't know about the truth of that. That's why it's not in the show. It's just some sort of rumor, and maybe a link from LinkedIn. Who knows? But that's my question. Are they right for not showing stuff too early? Which then people like me and you, we're just like, okay, cool. State of Decay 2 looks awesome. Sea of Thieves, whatever. Crackdown, whatever. For me personally, both of those games or whatever. Instead of going, look what we have. Gears of War is a CG trailer. It's coming. We know it's coming. Halo, here's Master Chief in a poncho again.
Why the fuck was he in the poncho? I feel like. So I think Sony, when people go, oh, Sony wins E3 year after year, I think they say that because they give the surprises, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, they gave us The Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Spider-Man.
No, I'm thinking of 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And Final Fantasy VII. Now, 2 of those games have come out. 2 of those games are in development hell. Right? Like they show games and some of them won't be out for another 3 or 4 years. Like if we're thinking that Death Stranding is not a 20 or 2021 game, then you're kidding yourself, because Death Stranding I don't even think is going to come out for the PS4. I would be very much surprised. I'd be very much surprised because again, Hideo Kojima, he takes his time.
Which is nothing wrong with.
Nothing wrong. I mean, they give him his time because he makes masterpieces after masterpiece. He's like the fucking Beethoven of the gaming world with mechs. And with that said, Microsoft, their problem is for the beginning of this generation was they were showing us games, but they were never coming out. Right? Like they showed us Phantom Dust, they showed us Scalebound, they showed us Fable Legends. Those games never came into fruition. Hell, they've kept on showing us fucking Crackdown 3, right? And do we really want the Crackdown 3? And all of us say nay. But
some people do.
Some people
football people come for you, Joe. Some people do. Some people do care about Crackdown. Yeah. We've got a story about Crackdown a little bit later on in the news portion of the show.
And hell, this is coming from someone who's going to pick it up because again, we have a podcast that so, and also I do want to say Sea of Thieves has caught my attention again, not from what I've seen, but from what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
So people who have played it are like hands down in love with the game. So that's got me impressed. What Microsoft needs to do, and I think they're doing the right thing, but I think to show off the power of the Scorpio, people were looking for a AAA game, and I think what they should have done was kind of like what Nintendo did with Zelda when they were showing off the Wii U, which was show us a build of something. Just show us what this is capable of.
I spoke about that on the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show yesterday, which is what Andrew Renee said. They showed even if they didn't have a big technical game to show mechanics, show something that.
And that's what the PlayStation. Yeah, that's what the PlayStation 4 did with. There was like some type of weird Final Fantasy-esque looking game that Square made to show the power of the PlayStation 4. So like. Do that. Show us something that might be a tech demo, but like show us something that's a reason to buy an Xbox One X. My thing is Microsoft's true problem is they don't have enough developers. They don't have enough studios to make those big AAA games. That's what I feel. I feel like instead of closing down Lionhead, give Lionhead the freedom to build something else.
I agree with you. 100%. The one thing I will say on there is, if you look at the first-party studios Microsoft have compared to Sony, it's ridiculous. It's just like apples to oranges. It's what the hell is going on? The one thing I will say is they're clearly Phil has said, and then Phil we trust, and we still trust Phil.
We still trust Phil. Yeah.
We still trust Phil. He hasn't messed up our trust. You got to give credit where credit is due. He hasn't messed up our trust, which is lovely. But yeah, the point I was trying to make, what was it? Sorry. Is he said that there are games coming. They were 2, 3, maybe 4 years out. And that's why he didn't show them. Could they have invested in new studios and we just don't know? Maybe.
I think they definitely have. And I think failing the law, I think this is a short-term loss, long-term win. And I think Phil knows that he's going to take his lumps, but he's looking at the long term. And I really think like what Scorpio and the Pro are consoles that are thinking in the long term when most people start buying 4K TVs. Like Phil Pachter, there you go. There's a name I could quote now. He goes right now, like North American audiences, US audience, only around 10% of Americans own a 4K TV. So there's not a lot. There's not really a big reason to buy these consoles right now. The purpose, I think Mike Pachter was alluding to, was these are consoles that the first adopters will buy. The price will go down, and when 4K TVs start getting cheaper and cheaper as more Americans start buying them, then more Americans will start buying the Pro and the X because they'll be at a cheaper price point. I see that as a real big possibility. Because he goes like after 2018, there'll be 20% of Americans will own a 4K TV, 30% next year, so on and so forth. So as the numbers grow, there will be more of these consoles out there. So I see Phil Spencer being vindicated at the end of the day, but it's just the curse of Xbox right now in this generation of always getting shit on for no reason. And I feel like because PlayStation plays on people's heartstrings rather than what actually comes out. Because when you see PlayStation, again, let's talk Final Fantasy VII. Let's talk, Shenmue 3. Where are they? That's what I think.
Yeah. It's a weird one. It is. So to answer the question, though, should Xbox show their games earlier? I personally think, okay, you say no. I think yes. I feel like clearly we're in a different market to what Xbox want to be in. And what I mean by that is Sony played it right, in my opinion. It was here's Days Gone, here's a little bit was shown. Here's Spider-Man. It didn't even have a gameplay trailer ready. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even know if it was gameplay or not. Here's what else they showed? Detroit Become Human. All big first party, well, Spider-Man second party, but exclusives.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the reason to own a PlayStation. That was the year I bought a PlayStation. That is when I bought my PS4. I was borrowing one from my brother-in-law before then, so we're still playing those games. But that was the year I bought a PlayStation. Again, Xbox, in my opinion, because I know people love to get angry, but they didn't give anybody a reason to buy a Xbox. I'm not even talking Xbox One X. I'm just talking an Xbox.
Yeah.
The exclusives they showed were not AAA exclusive. Like Crackdown 3 to me looks like a AA game. Cuphead is clearly an indie title, which looks amazing, don't get me wrong. But neither of those two games are where you run out to buy a console. Yeah. I'm sorry, Spider-Man is, and don't get me wrong, not everyone can get Spider-Man, I understand that. And it sucks, and it really sucks that Spider-Man is on an exclusive platform. That is ridiculously stupid, which is a very good get for Sony. Because I'm sorry, that's huge. But I do get what you're saying.
I really think that is part of the MCU deal that Sony had with Marvel.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. It was, we get this. That's all backdoor deals, and that's obvious. That's obvious. But I do think they need to show reasons for people to keep their Xbox because we can all sell them, and they need to show reasons of why you want to buy this over the competitor. And they didn't do that this E3. They showed great games. Metro looked amazing. Anthem looked amazing. I wasn't hot on CFEs, but some people, like you said, I've read some previews as well, which people who have played the game think it's amazing. It's got that rare charm. But that doesn't transfer over in a stream that I'm watching. So, yeah. So I say yes, you say no.
Yeah, I think just a tech demo. Just a tech demo of what it's capable of, and I think that would have sufficed. Because again, people will see this game, and because of that goddamn Microsoft curse this generation of, well, it looked nice, and I guarantee this article will come out somewhere on the dark web. If that game looked nice, but will it really come out? Those type of articles that make me want to go will come out, and again. Microsoft gets the short stick all the time. So.
That's true. All right, let's jump into the news, Joe. Which is the first piece of news is one that actually excites me a little bit. Final Fantasy 15 episode Prompto release date announced. For those who remember, if you've listened to the show for a while, I played through Final Fantasy. It was the first Final Fantasy I ever finished. Enjoyed it. Obviously, Chapter 13 was very long and tedious. This Prompto DLC, and I'll read the stuff I've got here, which is episode Prompto, the next character-focused story DLC for Final Fantasy 15 will release on June 27th. Square Enix has announced. In this story add-on, which Square Enix briefly confirmed, would launch sometime before the end of June. Players will control Prompto, who finds himself alone and trying to find his truth behind his origins. I like Prompto as a character. Think he was cool. He was witty. Loved him with his camera. For those who know what I'm talking about, if you've played the game, and they tell there is an interesting story, which I'm not going to spoil. Yeah, I don't think it's not been that long enough for me to just spoil things, and I don't think it's fair. But there's a part in the game where you can clearly know where this is going to lead on to. So it's going to tell the story of that, which I am super interested in. And I haven't played the first piece of DLC they put out for Final Fantasy, which I think was Gladius's DLC. I didn't really care for Gladius. He had a sister that was quite hot, cool.
I don't remember much of that game, but what I do remember...
The things you remember, Joe, is Gladius' sister and Cindy, who runs the repair car shop.
Yeah. Cindy and Gladius's thirsty ass sister. Yeah,
she was thirsty as hell. But yeah, I didn't really care for Gladius. He was there. Okay. I didn't care. There's a part of the game. This is not really a spoiler, but there's a part of the game where he goes off to do something, and she's not part of your party for a little while. And I couldn't give two poos that you weren't there. Honestly, I just didn't care. So, but Prompto's story, I'm interested in. So,
okay.
Does this do anything?
Nah, I mean, Prompto was the prettiest of all the girl boys in that in that game. No, I'll be honest with you. Looking back on it now that I could say rude things about it, just not my game. It really wasn't. I tried twice, and I though the game's really pretty, I couldn't get over the combat.
I loved it. I loved the combat. It's crazy that
that's super fucking repetitive.
We're on such
again, just me.
Oh no, 100%. I found the combat so satisfying. Final Fantasy 15's combat is so satisfying, but this leaves me and it does leave me in a predicament and leaves me open for people like Mr. Mooley, Proper BO, to come at me because it's like, well, you don't buy DLC, which I don't, and I didn't buy this one. Sorry, say again.
Is this a free DLC or paid DLC?
No. This is part of the season pass. Okay. But my game share has already bought the season pass. So,
look at that.
So I didn't buy it. So I just want to put that out there before anyone comes for me. I didn't buy it. Next piece of news, which I know some of you are probably just going to roll your eyes at, but I actually kind of care. Seth Rollins is revealed as the WWE 2K18 cover star. WWE superstar Seth Rollins will feature on the cover of WWE 2K18. Alongside the announcement, 2K revealed that the WWE 2K18 will be released on October 17th for PS4, Xbox One, while 2K didn't comment on the existence of a PC version of the game. What also come out is that this game is not coming to PS3 and Xbox 360 for the first time. So
about time.
I think so, definitely. Yeah.
Also, you mispronounce it. It's the Seth freaking Rollins.
Whatever.
I love Seth Rollins. He's one of the best wrestlers out there. He's fantastic. I'm not gonna buy this game because all wrestling games are shit, but
whoa! I'll give you that. WWE 2K have struggled to find their footing.
Very much so.
But because they took away the road to WrestleMania, Joe. And that was the best part of the game, especially when you had to create a character, Road to WrestleMania. They were the best. Or they told interesting stories with, I remember the one with John Cena, Rey Mysterio, CM Punk. Who else was there? I think it was one of the SmackDown versus Raw games. And that's where I thought they were going to take this, which is interesting that they still went with WWE 2K18 and not WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2K18. That's where I was going.
Yeah,
because
that's why I mean with the brand split, you would think it would go that way, and it should go that way. But again, ever since 2K, I bet the developer is very talented and they have a lot of crunch time with these games.
Oh, they've got to keep churning them out every year.
But what is it like? The animations look half better. Like that's me. Like there's no really discernible difference between any of the games, other than the faces look half janky.
The thing that got me is I like the career modes in these type of games, and the career mode and I'm sorry to say this, but the career mode in the 2K games are terrible. They had it perfect though, where you start off an NXT, perfect. You work your way through the ranks, cool. You work your way and get rivals, cool. It has everything there, but it's not done correctly because you're in NXT and you go through too fast, and then you make it to SmackDown and you're fighting Brock Lesnar at SmackDown. We all know Brock Lesnar's not on SmackDown, or not. Back then, was not going to be on SmackDown. He does pay-per-views. They need to give this game more TLC. It needs more tummy-loving care. It really does. It needs you're on the undercard, you work the undercard, and you're fighting undercard people. You're on the middle card, you're fighting middle carders. You're in the title shot. Oh, you lost that match. All right, you're back down. You got to work your way back up. It doesn't have that. It's so false, and I know what they're going for here, because they're going for the whole you're putting on a 5-star match, and that's cool and it's sim, but they need to bring it back to more arcadey, in my opinion.
Yeah, they really do. They really, really do with those games. You know, everybody says the one on N64 is the best.
Which
That's
one?
The one I have actually. I think it was the WrestleMania one.
The WrestleMania one was awesome. It's so good.
And I mean, I remember because I'm actually, when I was a kid, I wasn't into wrestling. I wasn't allowed to watch it. So I remember sneaking over to my friend's house and playing that game fucking constantly. And it was so great. Now these games, they're not that great, man. Yeah, they're not my cup of tea. I really think like just give them more TLC, man. More.
We don't know what this one's going to be like, Joe. I boycotted last year's because they burnt me on 15.
I'm not buying it for one simple reason, and it's all the WWE's fault, not 2K. Last night they broke up Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, they did.
So I have no fucking reason to watch Raw anymore. Other than maybe if they ever... Raw is such a mistake, and we can make a wrestling podcast right now.
We're not going to, though.
Fucking done. I'm just going to watch SmackDown.
Let's go on to the next week's news. And this one's one for you that you can hopefully help me with, because I don't know. Bungie on why the darkness won't be addressed in Destiny 2.
Oh, boy. Yes.
The darkness won't be addressed in Destiny 2, and Bungie has come forward to explain why. Speaking to Game Informer, game director Luke Smith, great name, I love names like that, they're easy to say, confirmed that while the darkness was a mysterious term that was referenced quite often in the original Destiny, it won't be mentioned in Destiny 2. And the quote is, "We've never really said what the darkness means," Smith said. Ultimately, we do owe players a story. What is the darkness? But that's not this game. We wanted to remove as much of that extra terminology as possible and focus on telling Destiny 2's story. Okay, so from what I get from this, personally, so someone who played the vanilla Destiny very early on, got to level cap, never got to a raid, is the story, the darkness is something I don't even know what that is. Should I understand what that is?
Bungie.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, there's another article that they even like admitted it, that they had no idea what the darkness was when they launched the fucking game.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, okay, like I understand if you're writing a story, right? And depending on what type of writer you are, you don't know the outcome of it, right? Till the very end, or what to you feels like the end. And then sometimes there's types of writers where you have a beginning or you have an ending, and that's you want to know how that character gets to that point. I understand that, but you write them and they become finished products, and then you release them. Why, Bungie? on God's green, perfect, beautiful earth, did you create an enemy like the darkness, a vague force of we don't know what, and not explain it whatsoever, and not even know yourself what it is?
Yeah.
And the darkness, like, it's like until the darkness came, and I'm like, what is the darkness? Are they the fallen? Are they, are they the cabal? Are they the hive? I think they're the hive. Are they? And I'm like, there's all these little enemy types, and I feel like the problem with Destiny is they all have like the biggest and newest guy has come out in the hive, and you just defeated him like that. Like, it's so easy. And then the next expansion is, oh, you thought he was tough? Well, here's his dad coming. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it gets like, if you have an enemy like the fucking god damn, I can't, the robot guys, I think of their name right now.
Help you. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, they're the main story of the first game. The time
there wasn't a story, but yeah.
Yeah, the vagueness. what they call a story. I feel like once you beat them, once you got into the Dead Heart, once you did the raid, I feel like their story should have ended. I don't know why I keep on killing these cabal, and I feel like, oh, there's just a new big bad one now, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how this game's gonna work. I get it. So to me, Destiny, I don't try to read into the lore anymore because it's dumb. The story is dumb.
It could bring you back. This one's meant to be good.
No, I listen. I'm buying the game day one. I'm just saying this is your popcorn type of video game movie, right? This is your Avengers. This isn't your La La Land.
Okay,
right?
That's quite good. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Thank you for giving us our Destiny news because
no problem.
I haven't got a clue. Next up,
audience. Yes.
A little game called Friday the 13th.
Never heard of it.
I'm having trouble. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I told you all not to buy this game and not to support this game. I haven't bought the game and I haven't supported the game, but I really want to buy it, and I'm struggling not to buy it because I really want it. Dead by Daylight comes out in 3 days. But the problem I have, and this is where the audience, I am being deadly serious when I say you need to talk to me. Dead by Daylight is on Steam right now for $8.99. But it comes out on Xbox in 3 days for $23.99. Now, if the My Xbox and Me audience, because on sale on Steam, if the My Xbox and Me audience says to me they're getting this game on Xbox, I'm sorted. Because that's where I want to play it. I want to play it on Xbox with you guys, with my people, with doing a community night and messing around, killing each other. That's what I want. But I have people that have it on PC, and I don't want to have to buy this game twice. So I need you guys to tell me, are you picking up Dead by Daylight? I'm going to do a poll in the Facebook group and on Twitter. I'm going to. But are you getting it, Joe? And we're going to get back to Friday the 13th in a minute.
I mean, shit, $8 is compelling.
That's on Steam.
Yeah, it's on Steam, so probably not for me. Not into those games, man. I don't know. I'm very picky when it comes to my scary games. So I haven't read much into Dead by Daylight. I had to check it out, but I also have so many games on my backlog this year that I need to get to. Fair enough.
But the Friday the 13th news is, and again, if you don't tell me that I should buy, because this is the whole thing. If I get Dead by Daylight on Steam, I can then buy Friday the 13th as well when it comes to the same price. But
see this? I'll say this. If the My Xbox community says go buy Friday the 13th, I will buy Friday the 13th with you. Because that looks campy and fun.
It was so broken. And it pissed me off so much. And the story is, are you ready for our first update? I think they're ready. This was on the Friday the 13th Twitter. We have a few goodies to give to you to say thanks for your patience during this launch, coming June 20th, which is today. Again, I'm a bit like, I don't know what to do. Am I wrong if I buy this game? I went off on this game. I absolutely I wasn't happy.
You got pretty upset.
I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. I told everyone not to buy this game. They screwed me over. I waited 2 days, 3 days to play this game. I couldn't had to get a refund.
Here's my question. Are you ready for someone whose opinion doesn't matter, but proper BO, to come at you and yell at you and call you mean names?
I honestly, I couldn't give a crap what people say.
Because that motherfucker lives in a glass house. And let me tell you something. I'm going to buy Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I don't even want that game. I'm going to kick his ass.
Just run it. Don't forget, we're doing a tournament in my Marvel vs. Capcom. Be there. We'll figure that out when it gets nearer to the time, though. Mr. Moody in chat says, stick to your guns, don't buy it. I feel like that's what I should do as well. I feel like I went off enough, and I owe the audience that as well, to not buy this game. I told them not to buy it at launch.
To not be a hypocrite.
Being a hypocrite is one of the things that they do. It happens from time to time, unfortunately.
Here's the thing. Never, guys, if MC Fixer tells you to jump off a bridge, you don't do it, because you know what? You're gonna jump and he'd be like, he looks at, maybe I'm good.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm just
Right,
saying.
no.
I'm just saying that I'm very.
I would tell you to take the community's word.
Yeah, that's
They're good people.
I agree. If the community says
Except
do it,
for
I'll do it. And if they said don't, I won't. Next piece of news is about Forza Motorsport 7. It will feature it will feature OneDrive music support, which is Groove. That's cool. The thing I have with this is, who the fuck uses Groove?
I don't even know what a Groove is.
Groove is Microsoft, Spotify, or Apple's music. So it's a cool feature. It's a cool feature that, for me, is something that's cool so you can literally go into your menu and use Groove, and you can skip through your Groove library. And
you can get to your Groove.
You can get in your Groove while driving in Forza Motorsport 7. That's cool. For me, it's, why not just, most people own like A50s and stuff. You can just listen to your PC music and your game at the same time. Or
well, I mean, that is, I'm gonna say this, to some players that is big.
No, I'm not trying to take it away from anybody.
Because I know Spotify and like some games on PlayStation, I think, work together.
Spotify has a partnership with PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, to some people, that's cool. I tried it once, and I was just like, I want to hear what Nathan's saying, you know, like, I
want to hear what Gerald's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I can't listen to me. That's podcast time. When I'm playing video games, that's where I consume all my podcasts.
Fair enough. New game coming to Xbox Game Preview, which is Conan, coming to Xbox One on August 16th. Yeah. I own this game on PC, never played it. This game will be enhanced on the Xbox One X in 4K graphics. The studio is excited to announce that it will be given out a free expansion on PC and Xbox One on August 16th. Also, there's not much here. If you're into these type of open world survivalist games, go check it out. If not, don't. I don't know what to say to you, honestly. It didn't grab me, and I owned the game, so that's just enough. Next one, Xbox backwards compatibility games. They are a thing, and according to Phil Spencer,
very excited about this, man.
There's two main reasons why the original Xbox backwards compatibility won't support as many games as the 360 does. And the reasons are rights. So you've got publishers that have disappeared and we don't know who owns the rights. You've got music, you've got people's licensing, there's just a ton of problems with this because of how long these licenses would have been. We had it with Alan Wake, which is crazy. So be hyped for backwards combat original games. Be hyped, but don't be too hyped because the ones you might want might not be coming.
Yeah, and that also, like the biggest part of this news to me is that digital future everybody's so excited for, that I'm the only one not excited for. That concerns me, man. Because what happens to my games in the future, 10 years from now? What's going to happen to my copy of Forza 7 10 years from now? Is that going to still exist? Will I still own it?
Your groove won't work. Let's just say that.
Next fucking story.
Our last one is about Crackdown 3. I did say we're going to talk about it again. And it's an interesting one because it was one that when it was said, I understood and I remembered. But some of you may have noticed that there was lack of destruction during the Crackdown 3 gameplay trailer they showed. That is because that was the single player, and Crackdown developer has come out and said that the game does still have 100% destructibility environments, but it's a unique feature for multiplayer, which wasn't focused at E3. And the quote is, "The destruction was always planned for multiplayer side of the game." Wilson said, "We've got this big competitive multiplayer game where you play in a large multiplayer area for 20 to 30-minute battles, and the aim of the game is to smash the crap out of their tower, and they have to destroy your tower before time runs out. That's where the destruction works great." So, did you know that this was multiplayer?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
See, I wanted to let our audience know that it's still there, but it's not in the single player. So if they're not a multiplayer guy, then you might not get the game that you're expecting.
Yes. Yeah, be prepared for that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
There's a bit of lag on my end. Were you going to say something beautiful, or you want me to interject here?
No, interject, please.
Okay. So here's my only issue with the Crackdown multiplayer. Crackdown's coming out the 7th, right? Of November, around there. Early November.
7th, yeah, that sounds right.
It is in between Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront. How long is that multiplayer really going to last? That's my question. Because, again, two of the biggest games this year versus Crackdown 3. And it's a game that, again, I'm not speaking for everybody. This is just Jersey bluntness, but nobody cares about. Like you take, the temperature in the room says nobody really cares about this game. Nobody really wants this game. Again,
I think you're fair in saying that, though. It doesn't seem like, and I'm not hearing it in my communities of Xbox people. We're an Xbox podcast. Yeah. Nobody's emailing my Xbox and me podcast at gmail.com and saying, "Oh, Crackdown, I can't wait." Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, nobody. I haven't even seen a fucking article that goes, "Holy shit, Crackdown 3 is the must-have game." I haven't seen an article, and that's what I do most of the day is read articles. So I haven't seen anything for that. So what this game definitely needs, and I believe I'm going to be quoting one more person here. I think someone on Podcast Unlocked, which is another Xbox podcast you could listen to right after this one, but I promise you it won't be that good. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
They said that they were hinting at a beta somewhere, sometime.
Well, what they said was, I know the episode you're talking about, was there was a beta that was meant to happen last summer, and it just never happened.
Yes.
So they're assuming that there'll be a beta soon enough.
I really hope that's the case, and I really hope it's in the summer, like it's in August, not September, not October, because that month is already fucked. Like when it comes to games you gotta play. Destiny is in September, right?
Yeah.
October, you have so many games in October. You need a beta that is in a lull period where it goes, "Oh shit, okay, all right, this looks good. Maybe I'll pick it up." That's what you need. You need it to stand out, because right now it's not standing out. Even Terry Crews couldn't save this thing. So again, it being restricted to multiplayer, I never really cared. It never really oh no. It being this could have been a different game. That was what I was thinking.
Fair enough. Games with gold this month, Joe. You have got Watch Dogs, Phantom Dust, free DLC. And the last one is Speedrunners. Those are all the Xbox One games. I haven't got the list in front of me, so it was all off the head, so I can't give you the dates, but assume... Say again?
I'm gonna give credit for that because that was impressive.
Yeah, Watch Dogs, Speedrunners, Phantom Dust DLC. They haven't announced the new ones, which I'll probably announce as soon as we go off the show. Usually happens. Let's get into Fixer's sack and see what people are saying. If you want to email in and be part of the show, head over to myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. We want all emails. Criticisms, if you like the show, whatever. Just email in your thoughts.
Everybody but proper BO, you can email in.
Everyone but proper BO. This one says, hello, you sexy people. I hope you're having a great week, kicking butt, playing some games, playing some Xbox games, and 1 second. And I'm wondering, playing some Xbox games. I have read that all wrong. I'm wondering what games were shown at E3 that has you most excited. There were so many games I was excited for, but the most important one for me was the new IP from BioWare, Anthem. Keep kicking butt, your fam, friends, and glorious lover, Mr. Moody. What was your most excited E3 show?
I can't say it. Can it be non-Xbox or just Xbox?
Go from your Xbox or Ubisoft or EA.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say Microsoft publishes this game, Age of Empires Remaster.
Is that still after all this time? It's still your.
Dude, it's not my numero uno, but it is way up there.
Yeah,
way up there. I mean, you heard me freak out. This game means a whole lot to me. Also, Anthem does look nice. I don't see a release date. That's why I can't get too excited about it. Tunic. Also looks really good, and South Park.
Oh, South Park is but that E3 didn't get me there. I was already there. What I will say is, number one on my list for excitement is Anthem as well. Looked like the best game shown probably at E3. But if we're gonna go, the problem is that's so far away.
Yes.
Where State of Decay 2 for me, I felt like a lot of people didn't enjoy the trailer, but I did personally. And
I did too, because like I as a person who's never played State of Decay, that told me all I needed to know about State of Decay. So when people were hating on it, I was like, well, coming from a person who's never played this game, it taught me everything I needed to know.
Yeah, I thought it just was very it explained itself. Multiplayer, survival, zombie game. Literally, it did that. You can build up your base, noise levels, all these sorts of things. So that's probably the game I'm most excited for. Multiplayer, State of Decay, cannot wait. Thank you for the email. Keep them coming. This next one, and our last one of the show, is from our friend Ben Jack. And he says, hi guys. Just thought I'd slide you a quick email while getting dragged around clothes shops by my teenage daughter. With the introduction of the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, do Microsoft and Sony think that all customers thinks about is how good a game looks? I do understand that having your nice new box showing us pretty pictures on our 4K TVs is nice, but after E3, I thought that was all they cared about. Anyways, keep up the good work. P.S. Will Joseph be my Spanish meatball one day? From your friend, Ben Jack.
Any day, man.
Joe, yeah, Spanish meatball. We good with that?
Yeah.
And
any day.
So I've got an interesting thought process on this one. So, especially for a company like Sony, because they sell TVs.
It's true.
Sony obviously want you to buy Sony products. And remember, this is a business. And remember that the console is only there to push the hardware. So the console is one thing. You need a TV to play it on. A lot of people like Sony electronics.
I have yet to meet that person, but continue.
No, that's something I found in the US. US people don't like Sony products. Over here, I know lots of people that swear by Sony products.
They used to be real popular over here in the States, and then Apple happened, and they couldn't really catch up. And Apple in the mixture of Samsung with their TVs and Vizio. There's a whole thing. Vizio here in the States, Sony used to be the most popular brand. Vizio came in. They're a Toshiba brand, off-brand. They're just so super cheap that it's crazy bonkers how cheap they are. And that's why everybody goes for them over here in the States, because they're like, whatever, it's 50 fucking inches, 1080p. And they don't understand that like the contrast on a Sony, though they're two 1080p TVs, the contrast, the darkness and the brightness on a Sony TV far outweighs the Vizio contrast. So again, over here in the States, not that popular. You'll never see a Sony Ericsson phone, except for my friend Ren.
No one uses Sony phones. But my point is, do I think all they want you to do is care about graphics? No, they want to sell you hardware. And the only way they can sell casuals, not like yourself, Ben, who listens to an Xbox podcast once a week or checks IGN, casual people, is by saying, look at this, this can do shiny graphics. Look, your FIFA players can look better. Look, this can look better. Look, that can look better.
Right.
Casuals don't care about gameplay and how much new hardware can do more than just graphics. And we've learned that. And that's something I'm starting to learn a lot more as well, that it's not just about the hardware. It's about what you do with the hardware. But
right.
No, I don't think that. But I think they're trying to sell you a product. Where do you weigh in on this, Joe?
I actually think the answer is yes, to a certain extent.
Okay.
Most people care about, and it's always been that way, and it sucks. At least companies think that's all you really care about. They always try to show you something nicer and prettier and prettier and prettier. And what's happening because of that is games are becoming more and more and more expensive to make because they're pushing the graphical limitations of these consoles further and further and further. So yeah, they want to show you something nice and shiny because that's how you can explain it to a super casual audience that this is better. It's immediate, right? So like if you see the same model of if you see a Chevy Malibu, right, 2010 and a 2012 right next to each other, you know the 2012 is a better model because it looks nicer because it's redesigned. So same thing when it comes to graphics. That game looks good because it looks good.
Yeah, not because it is
first immediate take. Yeah,
which isn't actually true for gaming. It's all about gameplay, which is crazy, but casual fans don't know that.
Yeah, and like take Spider-Man is like the best example of this. Is what was everybody talking about other than QTEs about Spider-Man was how good it looked.
Yeah,
and it was like, whoa, that wasn't a cutscene. That's how good it looks. But we weren't talking about how good the game actually plays
because we don't know.
That came secondary, right? So yeah, I think. Because it's an easier way of showing people, but also on the technical aspect, people are now caring about FPS, frames per second, and I don't think they really understand why they should care about it.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yep.
Because the human eye, like to me, honest to God, guys, this is just me. Maybe I have stupid eyes. Can't tell the difference between 30 or 60.
No, I can't either.
And so like to me FPS doesn't matter much, but I also know that certain styles of games use a slower FPS to give a more cinematic feel to their game.
Yeah.
So again, we're now also bridging the gap between it's all about graphics and it's all about frames per second. How can we get this looking as good, but then at the same time running as smooth? I think that's something nobody's figured out yet. So
fair enough.
Question. I feel bad for you, Jack. When you're shopping around with your teenage, daughter, it's like you kind of lost. You're like, you're gonna wear that? That's not even shorts. Put that back. What do you mean I'm the devil? I'm paying for it. You're not paying for it. What's that? A shirt? What is this? I couldn't. If I had a daughter, I'd be like, oh, this is the end for me.
This is good thing you haven't got a daughter yet, then, Joe.
No. No.
Before we plug and get ourselves out of here, Joe, we need to hear from one more person, and that is Mr. Moody. And he says, "Hi, everyone. If you like movies and are unsure if you should spend your hard-earned money, then come check out my channel, youtube.com/Mr. Moody, for reviews. Please come and support. It would really mean a lot, and keep supporting my Xbox and me as well. Thank you for your time, and back to your glorious host." Thank you very, very much, Mr. Moody. Again, that's where I go to for all my movie reviews. Never really agree with him, but I still like to hear his thoughts.
Yeah. I have to thank him too, because he helped me a great deal the other day.
Okay, but with
my file, I did a 2-hour post E3 thing on Poly Games. You should check it out on youtube.com/polygames.
We're getting to plug. Calm yourself down, boy.
Okay. But anyway, like the file got corrupted, and I was like, "Oh, dude, could you? I need you." And he's just like, time and a place, and he helped me out. And you know what? He was fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better replacement. He was great. So go check out his channels, the Digital Misfits and the Glorious Movie Cast. You beautiful bastards.
Well, Joe sold it better than I did, so perfect. We get him on the ad reads from now on. Joe, plug.
Give me that.
Let's get ourselves.
Before
we go, I just wanna say I love it because I thought a couple of times like, oh, don't worry, why don't you get Joe to host this week? And Joe's just like, no, you're good, you host. And the same thing happened before our pro show of my Xbox and me, because you got to remember, Crash was streaming the same time as us. Yeah. It was more than just me. And I was like, so who wants to host? And everyone just went quiet. I was like, don't worry, I guess I'm hosting. Which is just interesting. It's just interesting to me. It's so being a host is so interesting because you have to keep the conversation moving sometimes. And you love a row. You love a row.
But you know what? Like, to me, when you're like, oh, I'm sick, maybe Joe could host, that is pressure beyond. Because again, I look up to this podcast. That's a big duty. You know, that's Dick Grayson putting on the cowl.
Don't worry, I can confirm right now that I've booked a holiday, Joe. To Turkey. So I'm going away to Turkey soon. Don't worry, we are going to do a pre-recorded episode for that week's My Xbox and Me. So you don't have to worry about doing it. So we're fine.
Yes.
Just so you're aware, okay?
All right, good.
All right, plug, and get yourself out of here then.
Well, you guys can find me at Polygames FTW on Twitter. Please follow me there. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Polygames with an I as well. Also, Fixer, when you go to Turkey, I want one of those Fez hats.
No, but you're welcome for asking, but no.
Okay. Well, I asked that one of my friends. She didn't do it either, so you're dead to me. But that's fine. and that's where you can find me. That's where you can find me. Also, Polygames Podcast, iTunes, and YouTube as well. So there you go. Cool.
Yeah, we've got some interesting news coming soon. Me, Joe. I want to put it out there now that I'm looking for more content creators to work with my Xbox and me. Will it be on the podcast every week? Maybe not. But if you're an Xbox fan who makes Xbox content, I would like to be in touch with you and see your content. Whether that's opinion videos or Let's Plays of exclusive Xbox games or achievement guides, whatever it may be. Come and hit me up, my Xbox and Me podcast @gmail.com. We've got some interesting stuff coming soon. Me and Joe have been talking about it. We're working on it. Haven't got exact dates, and I'm gonna work on some graphic packages and stuff like that. But stuff is coming soon, so be there. Don't be scared. Again, you can support on patreon.com/MCFixer. Audio is $3, video is $4. Hit me up on Twitter @MCFixer. And the last thing I want to plug is some of you might be kind of my best friends. Some of you maybe know what KFBF is. I've just did a intro video announcing that the KFBF, which was strictly streaming, has now expanded to YouTube. So if you're interested in that, head over to KF Best Friends. You get to see my ugly mug talk for about 50 seconds, introducing all of that. Beautiful. Yeah. And Joe pointed out lovely that I was sounding very British in it, which
super British.
Interesting. Yeah. And again, I said this was because I was reading from cue cards. Instead of doing my usual F this, F bomb there, sort of stuff, it was more, okay, I've got to get this right. So
yeah. Also, I felt like at the E3 week, if I could interject here, while I was talking to Moody, I felt myself doing like British stuff. Like I said something in a British accent. I caught myself like I said something. I ended something like how you guys would end like a sentence. I was just like, oh shit. So what I did was I said 3 make America great again, and the wall just got 10 feet higher, and I'm perfectly Americanized again. So
it.
Yeah.
Yeehaw, boom, boom. Until next week, guys, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Bye.
People's champ.
You're not.